This began with a question in mind. Considering a scenario where I stand up to a problem and can't discover a solution for it. After searching the web for a tremendous amount of time and exhausting energy in learning about techniques, processes and steps to solve a problem, I even researched specific ways of solving a particular problem, and I was sure this would be the solution to all my problems, but in a short span of time, I was in a situation where I could still not overcome the problem that has occurred in my life, and soon I realized that none of it was valuable to the case. This is when I shared my problem with a friend who had faced such problem in the past and had conquered it. This is how I figured out how to solve such problem. It would not be solved by general or basic solutions, whereas it would be a perspective or guidance from a person who confronted this problem in his or her life earlier, and has figured out the solution to it and can understand what I am going through. Today, there are various prospects of a problem occurring in your life. But you should realize that you are not the only one having a particular problem. There are more like you who face challenges in conquering the problems as you do. You tend to focus only on finding the solution to your problems, but if you dig deeper, the real solution to a problem is to overcome it together. This is what led me today to create something which I believe will be the future of solving a problem. This is the beginning of putting an end to your problems. This is a place where individuals meet, whether anonymously or not. But since there exists a problem faced by many but overcome by some. Truth be told, when you start paying more attention on how you define your problems, you'll likely find that it is generally a lot harder than solving them. And on top of that, you'll find that the payoff is well worth the effort. What generally happens is that as soon as we have a problem to work on, we're so eager to get to solutions that we neglect spending any time defining it. Here, you will discover ways to creatively approach your problems by working with others and moving towards the problem from an alternate point of view. Since looking at a problem with various eyes is an extraordinary method to have instant insight on new and overlooked directions. Try to be as clear and thorough as possible when defining the problem. If it is a personal issue, be straightforward with yourself regarding the reasons of the problem. You might get to know someone who has faced a problem in the past similar to you, and can weigh in and give you some feedback. Whether you follow their advice or not is up to you, however. It is useful to gain some different perspective. At some point in your life, you would have thought of meeting someone with a problem like yours, and to talk with them about the hardship you have been facing, and to share the experience with each other. Here, you will discover that life is not a plethora of problems or cures. Instead, a gift and an opportunity to discover the true meaning of life without which you wouldn't grow. Because you know that giving up is the most painful way of dealing with your problem. This will help you realize that when you wake up in the morning, and you don't have a problem, you are not growing today. Because you need to upgrade yourself, what you think and how you think, so as to defeat the problems created by your degraded self. The thing is, you believe that you cannot find the solution to a problem, whereas the truth is you cannot see the problem. They become insignificant when you go up against them rather running away, since I believe that running away from a problem only increases the distance from the solution. The accuracy of describing your problem is said to be the accuracy of solving your problem. As Steve Jobs said, if you define the problem correctly, you almost have the solution. Also, Einstein is quoted as having said that if he had 1 hour to save the world, he would spend 55 minutes defining the problem, and only 5 minutes finding the solution. Here's to the ones who believe problem solving is an activity better performed together. At TheProblemo420, I believe that to solve a problem, you need to relate it to your life instances. And the more you share it with others like you and make them understand what your true problem is, this is when you will realize the journey to the end is close by. Since alone we can do so little, yet together we can do so much. Wishing you a safe journey. Mr. Problemo.